As usual, I want to appreciate you as always. And today is a weekend. Today is the 24th day of May 2025. And we appreciate Chukwokike for life, for health. You know that some people who were actually alive as of last week are not today, but you are here. So it's very important, in spite of the problem, in spite of the situation, in spite of what you feel and what you're going through. You have to say thank you to Chukwokike for giving you the opportunity to be here. The reason why we're here today is not because we are better than others, but because we have a mission ahead of us that Chukwokike has appointed us all to be part of, and you must think that way always. That would make you prioritize every moment. That would make you take the right decision. That would make you rely on Him for direction. And that would also put the consciousness of the future of our nation that we yearn for, Biafra, to light and all of that. Now, something came into my mind because I remember that some people would always say, I remember when people were talking about that name, Biafra. Some people have issues with Biafra, and people in the job place will tell you that Biafra is their word. It's not Igbo thing, and Igbos will say Biafra is for everybody, and the confusion and all of that. And one thing I want you to understand that it is not about disputing of the name. The name is not the problem. The name can always be redressed or addressed, or it can be changed, and it depends on the people. We can have a vote, we can have a conference, we can have whatever. The name is not the problem. The problem is that you have to set the right template for your freedom. That is where the problem is. Freedom gives you an edge. Freedom helps you to reconstruct, redesign, and to reapply. Freedom also helps us and gives us the opportunity to change whatever we want to change, set our constitution, change our name, and all of that. So those of you who are always talking about the name, please leave the name for now. Concentrate on what we need to do, as we all need to put our hands together to see that we get our freedom. I want to appreciate you. My name is Kelechi Ambrose, and I want to say to you, please, wherever you are, like this video, share on all the social media platforms. Also, please subscribe to this channel if you have not subscribed. These things help us really to go far. If you know that what I'm saying is truth, and you believe in the truth which Mazi and Nnamdi preach, you shouldn't have problems subscribing to this channel and sharing this video to as many people as you should share to, especially on your platform. And when you like, also those you didn't share to will get a notification, and then they'll come on to see what you also have seen and hear the truth that you have heard. Remember, the instruments and the carriers of lies are always on social media propagating their lies, and they have people who are sharing their lies far and wide. If we don't also push the truth, we'd always have the problems. We would always be short-circuited. They would be ahead of us. So God expects us to do the right thing, to propagate the truth, push it. Those who are always doing the right thing are not strategic. That's what we've come to find out. That's why you see that some people say, why are wicked people dying? Wicked people living long. You just hear people say, why is a wicked person living long? But the truth is this: wicked people are very strategic because they devise every cunning avenue of sustaining, living, and continuing what they are doing. But people who feel that they are righteous, or people who feel they are doing the right thing, always want to sit down and depend on God to do things for them. And before you know it, they are cut off. God has already given us the wisdom, the knowledge that the wicked uses to and applies in making very terrible things and in creating devious and diabolic approach to life. That knowledge is actually strategic. It can be positive and negative. So those who are on the good path, on the right path, should also use that energy to create ideas for themselves. And you see that we will live long and do the right thing and surpass the evil people, because truth has a way of being forever, and lies don't live forever because they are not real. Thank you so much. I want to appreciate you. If you just joined in, please like, share, subscribe if you have not subscribed. I want to also say to you that it is the purpose of this broadcast is to look at what the matter that concerns Mazi and Kanu and the courts. Recently on social media, I've been talking about our actions and inactions as Biafrans, and sometimes you see our people are very difficult. We know all of that. We are very difficult to ourselves, and it is affecting us. We are very difficult because when we set our minds to do some stuff, when we're on the right path, we tend to have a weak way of approaching it. But when we're on the wrong path, we have a very strong, resilient way of approaching it. And that is the problem. Now, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the cynosure of our freedom. I've told us this several times. He is the cynosure. He is the face. He is the icon. He is the originality or the image of our expectation. That means when it's just like when you have a phone and you have icons, you have the WhatsApp icon or applications, what we call apps. When you click an app, you can access every information that app is built to give to you, or the services the app is built to offer to you. The same way also Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the app for Biafra freedom. When we think, or if we think that we can keep him away and keep allowing him to be toyed with, joked, the joke very difficult for us, because when we allow him to be toyed with, we are also affecting all the information that concerns our freedom. We are also given a huge problem to the application itself. And when the application is faulty, you discover that you will not receive the services as you are supposed to receive them. I have noticed something. I don't know whether you noticed what happened in the last court session, the last court. Now, if you look at those who have been analyzing, and I have told us, please, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case is illegal. You must understand this. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case is illegal. All these analysis, all these things we are doing on social media, we are coming to report what happened in courts. We are busy, talking about them, writing about them, putting the sequence, giving the series and the sequence of the events in courtroom, and mocking those who want to mock, especially those who are mocking the witness who is saying, I'm not aware, I don't know, I am not aware. That is not what we need. That is childish, for God's sake. The thing here is that every court case, every court appearance, sorry, not court case now, every court appearance is an opportunity for us to declare our position about the case. Every court appearance is for us to renounce, denounce, reject, not reporting. You see, we measure our level of intelligence on how we deal with issues and how consistent we can be on matters. The level of intelligence that you have is very, very important when you are diligent in how you manage things and you are consistent in how you do things or deal with things. The issue of freedom requires consistency, which must always. The issue of freedom requires consistency in our behavior, which means that if we say yes, our yes should be yes. If we say Biafra or nothing, we mean Biafra or nothing, not Biafra and politics. No. When we say Biafra and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the leader, we remain consistent. He is the leader and no going back on it. When we say we don't accept the court's decision or the court process, we keep it up that way. We don't accept the court process and we reject it. We must be consistent in our approach. This is fundamental because you must understand that consistency is very important because it helps you deal with your patience rightly. When you are not consistent, you have a problem of your patience because your patience becomes short-circuited. Because when you are not consistent, you keep receiving different results or different feedbacks or different opposition. And when you're not being consistent, restless. We are doing things wrong at all times. We cannot sit together to discuss, to plan what we want to do, and to take the issue of our freedom in the correct format. We are having a fundamental problem in that regard. We're having a fundamental problem in that regard. This is very, very important. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu tells us consistency is important. Consistency. When we want to approach anything as freedom fighters, we must be consistent. The truth about it is that most people who are in this mandate, who are actually telling you that they are following Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they are working for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and they are, believing in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they are there following him and doing what he says he should do. Most of them don't actually have the grace for freedom fighting. Most of them are not cut out. They don't understand the rules. Most of them are just there because of the resources they want to make, the monies they want to make, and all of that. You can only have one who is consistent in their quest for what they are going after when you understand, when they have an understanding or if a particular knowledge of what they actually are going for. And that is the problem we're having. When we talk about consistency, what have we been saying from the time Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped? We have been saying it is illegal, right? From the time Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped, we have been talking about how illegal it is, right? We have been saying that Nigeria government must release him unconditionally, right? We have been saying that subjecting him to court is illegal because he was kidnapped and extraordinarily rendition, right? We have been talking about the illegality of extraordinary rendition, right? We have been talking about the illegality of the whole process. Why are we now not consistent with that narrative? Why are we now still following court process as if it is legitimate and legal for us? Why are we now operating with illegality as though it is legal? Why are we reporting illegality rather than saying this court session that was just held is illegal? We reject it. Why can't we be consistent in our rejecting this anomaly, this abnormality, this craze, this madness, this illegality, this persecution of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Why can't we be consistent in our approach? Why do we talk about it being illegal and yet we are patronizing it by legitimately or legitimizing it? Why are we giving it credence? Why are we reporting it? What are we trying to tell Biafra? So this is what happened today. We are moving ahead. We are moving forward. And let me tell you one thing that happened today. Yesterday or 2 days ago when the court case was when the court was held. The judge was saying something. The judge said something, and these are the dangerous precedents, the cunning and the tricky things that sometimes we don't see, we don't read in between the lines. They make us feel good. Oh, some of you are thinking that the judge is actually straightforward, or let's say he's upright here. He's standing tall, he's strong, he's doing it very well. Some of you think that, oh, the judge is this one is better than the other person, and the judge is better than the other woman who had been there. Some of you think that because the judge is talking tough on the prosecutor or the prosecuting team, you think that the judge is actually upright. Let me tell you something. The judge, the prosecutors, they are all working, the prosecutor and the judge, they are all working for the contraption called Nigeria, which is a proxy of British control. So the judge cannot do anything outside what his contractors or his boss or his employers have ordered. Now let me tell you something. Let me say this. You see, the statement of the judge telling the prosecutor or the prosecuting team that they have to reduce the numbers of their witnesses, and he's given them 6 days. That Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has stayed in jail for a long time, and that the courts will soon be going on recess, and they should hurry up. Remember that someone is in jail who should see his father. I mean, who should see his family, who has a family, and all of that. Blah 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 blah. Let me tell you, don't be excited with those narratives. Don't use it to qualify the judge as, oh, this one is okay, this one is okay. No, it shouldn't make you legitimize the court process. Even if the judge, they decide to bring a judge that begins to tell them to pay fine against, for keeping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu long here in jail and ordering anything, let me tell you, it is the script of the Nigerian narrative based on the body language of the people. Now they think they understand that we are very restless now about this whole thing. But they want us to believe in their courts. They want us to believe in what they want us to believe they can offer. That is why they are making the judge talk as if he is actually going to be very fair and judging this matter rightly. If he's going to be very fair, the first thing he should have done is to reapply the narrative of the bail, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had been granted bail and his bail is subsisting. The Supreme Court also said that it was wrong to have withdrawn his bail because he didn't jump bail. If this judge is upright, if this judge is doing the right thing and correct thing, why is he not talking about the bail? Because the first thing he should have done is admit again to the bail and bail Mazi Nnamdi Kanu right there, cause him to be bailed, and then the trial can, whatever they want to do can be done. Which, of course, whatever they want to do is still illegal because he was kidnapped and extraordinarily renditioned. Now, if this judge we are looking at now, because of what he said, some of you, if you check our pages, our posts, we see the judge said that he's giving the prosecuting team 6 days to, to conclude their blah blah doing, and telling them that if they don't do this within 6 days, he's going to call up the defense, he's going to do this, he's going to do that. We are thinking that because of that, we should follow the court process as legal. We are wrong. And because of that, you think that the judge is upright and he's going to give you... The judge is an employee of the contraption called Nigeria, run by the British. So he would not do anything differently from what they have told him to do. But he will only operate based on our body language. The people who have told him to do something or to carry out to sit as judge, they also are observing our body language. Now they think that we are relaxed and okay with the court process. So they need the judge to be talking with the takia moves, the takia strategy, where they lie to you, they make you feel and manipulate you and make you believe that the process is fair and free. That is the strategy now, to make you think that the process is free and fair. Takia, great, the Muslims call it takia. That is the approach now. Oh, this man has been in jail. We have to do things very fast. We have to do this. Why are you leaving him in jail? In the first place, is he supposed to be in DSS custody? These are the questions we should be asking. He is not supposed to be in the DSS custody. So why are you making it look like you are trying to be very fair here, and he's not supposed to be in jail, and he's supposed to be, we have to do this thing fast. If you have to do this thing fast, why are you not calling up and admitting his bail so that he could be out free and then come to the court when you want him to, since you want him to be tried? Why? These are the things we should be asking, not writing the whole thing as it went in court. We are making it look like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. See, let me tell you something. Unless we become free, this attitude that we are putting up right now, this attitude we all are putting up right now, trying to legitimize the court process by reporting it and betraying Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, or disappointing him at this time when he expects us to be more reasonable and more, proactive. These precedents we are setting now is going to be very dangerous to the Igbo nation. It's going to be very dangerous because it will now look like this is how it. In fact, once it is done and they get away with it, just know that it will be the narrative anytime these kinds of things happen. Unless Chukwukike helps us and we become free. But until we are free, it's going to be the norm. It's going to be the way it should be according to what we have allowed it to be. So to destroy this precedence right now, we should all reject the court process, no matter how nice the judge is speaking, no matter how nice the process is taken, no matter how much they fix dates very quickly. We should always be consistent. Reject it, because when you legitimize it by your reporting it and by your, mocking the witnesses and making it look like what is happening, you have interest in it, you are only creating a precedence that would be worse. The colonial masters and the contraption are observing our body language. As much as we have accepted to allow Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to go through this judicial irregularity, this judicial brouhaha, and just this judicial injustice, they would see it as a precedent to do worse to him or any other person next time, because they know that we would always accept and allow these kinds of things to go on. But if we are rejecting it on all our platforms, if we are rejecting and saying, no, we are not in support of this, we're saying all of this stuff, we are rejecting outrightly, you'll see that next time they want to try it, they will know that we are going to be very tough. They would know. We should understand precedence and we should understand consistency. These two words are key. How can we come and be reporting what happened in the courts? I can't imagine. Is it that I keep looking at reading so many people, so many posts. I begin to wonder. I say, why? What's going on? Why can't we be consistent? Why? Why can't we be consistent, for God's sake? Why can't we say our no is no, our yes is yes? Why can't we stand as we stood from onset and said we reject his trial? Why can't we? Why are we reporting it now? Reporting it means that you legitimize it, because you are trying to tell everybody, oh, this is what happened today. We are making it look like what has happened today is cool, and we are looking forward to the next date. You are legitimizing it by your ignorance, because what you are doing is ignorant. It's a massive display of ignorance. Massive display of ignorance. And one thing that is very detrimental to any people is ignorance. Because everything that happens to us at a particular time is because of one particular ignorance and carelessness at a particular time. Because when you are ignorant, you become careless. You don't do things the way you're supposed to do them. I want to tell to us today, another thing you have to understand also is this precedence that we're setting, and two, the judge making you think that everything is upright and making you feel good by talking to the prosecutors, the prosecutors like that, and making it look like he's tough. He's not going to take nonsense from anybody. He has said it. It's going to be an accelerated hearing, and so it has to be. Making it look like he is dedicated to making sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu receives justice. It is not so. It is takia, just to make you feel good with the courts. And most of you are praising that move. It is takia, making you feel good with the courts. You can't feel good with injustice, no matter how it is painted. You don't have to feel good about it. You don't have to. You don't have to at all, no matter how it looks. As long as he's been tried, we should say it out loud. We are rejecting his trial in whatever guise. Even if you bring the Pope as the judge, we don't care. Even if you bring the GO of any of the ministries. Of course, we know that all these ministries, most of them are criminal. We don't care. Bring any GO from any ministry to be the judge. We don't believe in your course because what you are doing is illegal. Trying him alone is illegal. Holding him in detention for 4 years is illegal. So why are we reporting the case? What is wrong with us, for God's sake? Why? I keep hammering on this thing. We are disappointing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We should be rejecting the process in totality. We're disappointing him. He said he's not going to disappoint us. We're going to disappoint him. And that's what we're doing. Look at everybody reporting on our platforms. You see people say, what happened in court today? Court as it went today. They write jargons. Write the process and how it went. What's your business with the process and how it went? It's not your business. You are not interested in it. We want him out and we want the trial stopped. We want him out of the DSS dungeon and we want the trial stopped. Simple. Whatever you did in court today, we don't legitimize it. Therefore, we're not going to report it. We want him out. We want him out. As simple as that. Oh, my people, my people, my people. I don't know how else I'm going to say this. Why is it that I'm the only one who is saying all these things? Why? Every other person is just doing the wrong thing. This is an evidence that we're not consistent. Because you can't be, you are not consistent and you don't even know what you're doing. Even those ones that we expect to know what to do, those ones who are on the DOS, which of course I don't approve of them for now, because somebody there, one person or two persons or so, must have had a hand in what happened to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So because of that, I don't listen to them. I listen to what they say and all of that. Sometimes I listen to their broadcast to know what they are saying. But I am seeing every one of them there as suspects. Both the finest, I see everyone there as suspects. The reason is, if they really wanted to prove that they have no hand, because the first people to be suspected after Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped and extraordinarily renditioned are the members of the DOS. So what they should have done is to quickly set up a committee, a fact-finding committee, to straighten that narrative quickly so that they can be legitimately and they can be in the right frame of mind and in the right place, in the right footing to make the people believe that they are actually representing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, even if it's not out. But they went the wrong path. Before you know